I need some tea. It is brewing. It is brewing. My apartment is full of boxes now. There are too many boxes. What? I pounded on the desk? What was loud? What are you complaining was loud? Okay, we're going to try something. Okay, this is already not good. What I sat down wanting to do was augment the memory debugger report, because I got an email from someone in the beta who was like, it told me this thing was allocated by, not allocated by this allocator, but I didn't know where it came from. And I was thinking I could, for some common cases, put in some report like, hey, if you allocated this with allocator A and it's actually from B, blah, blah, blah. It turns out these don't go through those functions, and that's one of the common cases. So if you were to say temporary alloc and blah, 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 the thing doesn't know that that's what it is. However, there may be some stuff that we could do anyway. We could, for example, ask your threads temporary allocator. Let me just see. Memory debugger. It's only 1,000 lines, dude. Okay. Error. An address is not generated by basic.alloc. That's what would it maybe happened. Okay, check free. So we have this check for allocator mismatch. Okay. So this part we could definitely do some things with. But this is maybe not the most. This is where you called alloc. I mean, let's make a case for this. Do it here. Oh no, that. How many minutes has it been? You know, I should pour my tea. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? Ah! Just always comes off. I want even more honey. Even more. We've just got to amp the honey levels beyond all reason. Yeah, this stream has infinity more camera. What kind of honey? The good kind. Yum. I have an entire honey store down the street from me. This was Savannah Bee Company Sourwood raw honey, but we have several other kinds. Okay, so I want to do A is alloc 100. B, pool is a pool. We're going to use this. Let's try that exactly. See, isn't it great? We make the language better and we can go back and make our little things better. All right, so the allocator. This is a memory 1. Memory 2 is alloc 200. Free memory 1. And then context allocator equals A. Say call it saved allocator. Okay, and then memory 1, or no, free memory 2. So we're crossing the streams and we're freeing both of these in places where they shouldn't be. So it compiles. Uh-oh. Set allocators on the pool. Okay. Okay, so it runs, but it's wrong because we're freeing things where they shouldn't be freed. If I do this with plug memory debugger, oh, whoops, that's not how we do it. We do it like this. Sorry. Okay. Too many module per. These are program parameters, bro. Okay, got it. Attempt to call basic free on an address that was not generated by alloc. I guess we abort after the first one, so wait, not generated by alloc. That doesn't seem right. It was generated by alloc right there, except, okay. See, we ignore temporary allocator proc and pool allocator proc explicitly. Yeah, this is not going to be a good test because we ignore these. We shouldn't. We should tell you. Yeah. We should tell you where this came from, and that we ignored it, but we don't. Maybe put down the gain on the mic. Holy crap. Okay, guys. I just want you to know, I didn't change anything. This is the same setup that I always use. I just sat down like I always do and started recording. And for some reason, it's 50 billion more decibels now. This is where we're at. Like, computers will not even do things. Windows did not update even. It's like literally, this is the same boot cycle as I was running this morning. Okay. So I'm going to put this aside. Oh. You know what? Let's come back to this in a bit. Let's go do this thing. When we were working on LLVM yesterday, or was that today? It was yesterday. I was like, oh, there's all this stuff. Current register offset. This is not a thing. It is not a thing at all. That is not how we ended up doing any of this stuff. I'm amazed it lasted this long. Current linear allocation offset. Okay, maybe that was easy. Let's see. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's an artifact of my search and replace. We may have a few of those. Okay. Do we have that in the x64 backend? That's a different thing. Yeah, we don't have those there. Okay. Well, let's run the tests. How did LVM go? It went. It is done. When you do a search replace, what do you mean? The search and replace was fine. Look at that. We're taking the W. Clean some unused stuff out of the LVM files. Converter. Okay, well, that was that diversion. Let's go back here. Red Dwarf, 35 years, dude. I mean, dude, it's been 20 years since C-Lab 2021, approximately. Maybe a little less than that. It's crazy. That's a hate fact. I mean. Okay, so we need this to be a different allocator. Let's have it be what the hell is it called? What allocator are we using? What allocator are we using? RP malloc. Took me a while. Okay, so I could do this. Okay. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to say create heap. Okay. So that is a non-pool allocator. It's startup, not initialize. Duh. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We got reports for both of them now. This memory was allocated with this. Free was allocated with this. Okay, back when we made this report, we did not have any better way of identifying these things. Actually, I mean, we do. Like, we already know what default allocator is, right? So, if okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go desk A is get allocator description. Desk B is get allocator description allocator. Okay, right? And then okay. Oops, why am I putting this up here? Get allocator description. What does it mean to instantiate object allocator like that? Well, okay. In a lot of programming languages, you think about there being the heap and you allocate things off the heap, but it is actually quite beneficial in many cases to have more than one allocator, depending on what you're doing. So we give you the ability to do that. Now, once you have multiple allocators, it's quite possible that you would, use the wrong one somehow, like free it in the wrong place. So this is code. The code that we're working on here is code that has been in place for a long time to report that kind of problem to you. However, we're making it better. Okay, so if A is equal to okay. Context.default allocator. Okay. Where? What line? Dude, this error message problem here. Bleh. Oh. Name. Call did not match any of the possible overloads. Okay. Cool. So that's one step better. One step better. But we can do even better. I mean, I have like 5 guns, so of course I'm giving people gunpowder to power. You can't own a gun, you'll accidentally shoot yourself. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Okay, so the next step is going to be we could cache this result per okay. So if I go back to rpmalloc, I can call oops. I can call this and say caps. So we're going to say a.proc caps 0, 0 version 0. Okay. if version, else. Okay. Null, I guess. Oops. And correct number of arguments to tprint. Oops. Okay. This memory was allocated with RP malloc 1.4.4. Basic free was called with context default allocator. So much better. So much better. So much better. Bet the people in Paris wish they hadn't turned in their guns. When was that actually a thing? Did Paris do like gun buyback or something? Because that's pretty weird, because they all think of themselves as the revolutionary people. A couple of years ago. Wow, okay. So I finally have my Tavor TS12 again, which I've never shot. I should take that down to the range. It was living in Florida for a while. I mean, now that 3D printed guns kind of work, I don't know what people think they're going to do. I mean, anyone who wants an illegal gun can just print one. It's not quite that easy yet, but it'll be. It'll be eventually. We can cache this result per allocator so we don't call this a zillion times. Um, yeah, that is value for the people right there. Guys, sometime I'm actually going to do a demo. Like when we finally release the beta, I'm going to do some speeches somewhere where I run down all the actual fucking features that we have, and it's insane. It's insane at this point. Ugh. Okay. Modules basic improved the output of memory debugger when freeing on a mismatched allocator, whereas before you just got opaque. Whereas before you just got opaque procedure and data pointer values. Now we recognize common allocators and also use the caps query on allocator proc to get a description. This makes the report much more understandable. Need an 8-hour lecture? I don't think I could do it in 8 hours. Right? It would have to be, well, I don't know. I mean, it depends what detail level, right? If it's an overview, we could do it in one day. But yeah, literally going through everything would not fit. It is a little bit more like C++ in that there are lots and lots of features, but the difference is these features are actually a lot more helpful. Whereas C++ has a lot of features and they're not that helpful. And also these features are actually more carefully designed, right? So they work better. And sometimes we try features and they turn out to not be that well designed and we remove them from the language. That has happened several times. Try that with C++. Is there a way to treat a pointer as a pointer to a 2D array? No, we basically do the same thing as C. Like 2D arrays are not really a thing. Like your computer's memory is addressable in 1D, right? So all you do is just do the multiply. Everybody does it. It's fine. The how-tos get you a lot of the way there. Yeah, for sure. There are some holes in the how-tos, but they do help. How is it fucking July 4th already? Like I just shipped a beta. I'm freaking out right now. I feel like it almost feels like last night that I shipped this beta, but it wasn't. I shipped it from Florida. Oh my God, look at all that stuff. And it's Tuesday. Yeah, there was a weekend. I was moving and flying back here. All this stuff. So last beta was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29 things. Fixes plus features. And that was like a 6-day beta. Like, yeah, 6 days, almost a week. Now, just so you guys know, I don't want to bag on other languages, so I'm not going to mention the language. But there was some language, I think it was a year or two ago, they were like, it had been like 4 or 5 months since the last major update. And they released a new update and they were like, this is our big mega update. We've got over 100 bug fixes and features being addressed and stuff. And I'm just like, dude, that's like 3 weeks for us, you know? I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that to brag. It's just like, There still are a lot of bugs, which is why this is not a brag. It's just that's the velocity that you need on something this complicated, right? You need to be cranking away at it. The team speed up announcement, yeah, it's classic. Um, so lately, I've been working more on the compiler. I've also been working more on Braid Anniversary Edition. Um, with the Sokoban game right now, I'm more doing management than direct contribution. But I will go back to direct contribution after some of these things go by. Okay, let's run tests and take the W. And then we'll think about this other thing. Because the problem is, if you allocate something with temporary allocator, we don't really know where it came from. And I don't know if we want to slow down temporary allocator, but we could, let me see. Do we do is this yours? Ah, this is what we're going to do. So when we get unidentified memory, and we're like, dude, you're trying to free this, we don't know where it came from. We can ask that thread's temporary allocator if it belongs to it. And am I the only programmer developing the Sokoban game? God, no. The project is so expensive in part because we have a substantial programming team. Okay. So let's at least implement this. That's pretty easy. Okay, so we just return a bool. All right, so here's what we do. This is a little weird. We'll do it though. Um, if hold memory is greater than or equal to I mean, let's just do this. That's easy. And then if hold memory is greater than or equal to page and old memory is less than page plus I forget how this works. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. Add new page. Data size. Okay. Oh, I didn't take the W by checking in, did I? Oh, maybe I did. All right. This is TS dot. TS dot. TS Elliott. What? Oh, I was looking up here for some reason. 395. Overflow page. Overflow pages. The blue pages. Okay. So let's go here. I'm going to ask. Let's go to E. Test, is this yours for temporary storage? Memory 2 is Talic 100. I think we're going to get rid of that eventually. Oops. So, we're going to say proc is this. Okay, we don't need that and that. Ta-da! Okay, that part worked so far. Simple test. And then hypertest. Going to do a hypertest. The hypertest is going to be as follows. As follows. Num allocations is going to be 10,000. Allocation size is going to be 100 for 1 to no, 0. Well, 1 to num allocations. Okay. Alex is an array of pointer void, array reserve, Alex num allocations for 1 to their tallic allocation size, array add, Alex memory. Okay. The goal is to cause temporary storage to have a whole bunch of pages, and then we can check them. Check that we correctly search them. Okay. Wow, it's raining again. Guys, we're getting on time for me to go. We need proc to hypertest. Oh, can't have a non-hypertest. What are we thinking? Okay. So for Alex, success. Success Holio. Okay, this is E. Let's count how many buckets. 31 overflow pages. All right. Cool. Dude. The rain. The rain is schmaining. The rain is schmaining. All right. That is another delivery of value to the people. Modules basic implemented the is this yours query for temporary allocator proc. This is also used by memory debugger. Okay, so now If we go back, well, it's a little bit of a lie because it doesn't use it yet, but we're going to do that now. So here, okay, that part's fine. Okay, this is where we need to give more information. I'm writing this out because I may not have time to do this because I'm going to run off to a dance party. Dance party. Yeah, this is not a good night for fireworks here. This is not a good night for fireworks. Okay. Memory debugger. Not generated if we're going to say, is this yours? Just like our test did. This memory belongs to context to this thread's context at temporary storage. So so it was probably generated by calling talloc. Or with context.allocator set to the temporary allocator. Currently, this memory debugger screens such allocations out. So I don't know. Okay, let's try that. Didn't work. Why not? I didn't expect that to not do anything. So we got a temporary storage. We got a cowabunga. Attempt to call basic.free. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, it's pool allocator. Yeah, we don't know about pool allocator yet. Because we skipped that one too. I don't know how to deal with that. We're just going to... We're just going to do this. This memory belongs to this thread's context temporary storage, so it was possibly generated by calling talloc, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, what was I trying to do? Why was I in my brain? I was like, let me just reallocate with pool for a second and do something else. And, oh boy, weather. Now I don't remember what the something else was. Saudi Arabia. That is a part of the world where I've never been. I've been wanting to go to the Middle East for a while because it's the one major part of the world where I've never been to. I've been pretty much everywhere else. Um, except like also Northern Africa I've never been to. Antarctica. Yeah, no, I don't go to Antarctica. What's my favorite country? I mean, depends what you mean. Do you mean to visit or to live in? Obviously, I haven't wanted to move out of the USA at all. To visit, maybe Singapore. Do I have an opinion on military drones? Can this type of technology get out of control? Of course. Of course it can. But like civilian drones are going to be plenty deadly, 5 to 10 years from now anyway. I mean, if you want to see some shit that's entertaining for today on YouTube, what was it on Grand Thumb? Drone? Yeah.
Oh boy, so
So so in this they rigged up drones to drop bombs, and they tried out what it would be like to be hunted by drones, and it was pretty interesting. Yeah, and like that, and that was with stuff that you can buy retail today, right? It was like literally, it was a photo sensor where you turn on the headlight on the drone and it drops the bomb. Like you don't even have to modify the drone at all. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting times. Problem with Russia is I was only there for 4 days, and 2 of those days I was locked in my hotel room, um, preparing the speech. So I didn't really get to see a lot. Um, yeah, I just wasn't. If I were to have all that time over again, I would have scheduled my trip differently. Do I remember what the pool allocator thing was yet that I wanted to try? No, I totally don't. I don't remember why I was switching back. I think maybe I just wanted to verify that we don't say it was always temporary. Like I tested successfully that it says that it was temporary allocator, and I think I was like, um, okay. So let's not muddy the waters with any of this stuff. We're just going to get this directly from the pool, right? Without setting the allocator. So memory 1 is going to be fine. Yeah, okay. So here we don't say anything about what the allocator is, and that's fine. We don't know how to say that. Um, it's weird. We could like have some big ass allocator registry, but that's not necessarily going to work when you have like pools on the stack and whatever. And I'm loath to do that. So I feel like this is the W for now. And I think we check this in, and that's the stream. Guys, I've done so much work on this programming language. It's ridiculous. All right. Oh, we got to test so come on. All right. Take the W. That was value. It was value for the people. All right. Thank you, everybody. That was a short stream as advertised. I might, might do another one tonight, or maybe I'll unpack more things. I own way too much stuff. It's probably not that much compared to a lot of people, although I do have a lot more books than I probably should have. Um, but like, yeah, I need to just get rid of a lot of these items. All right, thanks everybody.